Hello, witches. Yes, it is Wednesday. Yes, we are the Witches Movie Coven. And yes, we talk about witchy movies. We thank you for coming right now. Jump right in that chat room. Let us know you're here. Be a part of this conversation because we're live. I am Patti Negri. I'm one of your hosts. You might know me from The Witching Hour, my regular podcast, Portals to Hell, my regular ghost adventures, a lot of YouTube stuff, or from right here because we've been around a while now. The Witches Movie Coven. Let me put three years. That's amazing. Soon, by next year, we'll figure out what the hell we're doing. Now, but let's go around in a circle. Let's start out with the lovely and again, admiring her hair, Courtney Buckley.
That's me, Courtney Buckley, ghost bait on Scared and Alone, current icicle because it's freezing here. So think twice before you come to Salem. But I am excited to be here with my coven. Oh, yep, I can talk about that now or later. But think about coming to Salem in February for my tour baby, the Anti-Valentine's Day tour. Just had a nice meeting about it tonight, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you. Let's move all the way up to Richard-Lael.
That would be me. Hi, Richard-Lael is one name, not two. If I were Richard, I would be Jason Mankey's favorite joke. I am known as a gentleman psychic. I'm a psychic medium. I used to be a psychic in a small, but I gained some weight. That being said, before we go too far, make certain you hit the like, the subscribe, all of those YouTube-y things. It really helps us out in the algorithms. Also, take a look over on Mystery Control. You can sleep with me. You can get into Patty's panties. You can have some bro witch stuff. You can get some quotes by Courtney Buckley. You can even have I Didn't Mind It by Heather Greene. You can find all of those right over here at that QR code. So I'm here in New Orleans. I am really easy to find. I'm a little bit of everywhere. So if you are in New Orleans, come and get a seance. Come do some tarot. Come and do some magic right down here in the Big Easy. And I'm not talking about New Orleans.
Thank you.
New jokes.
Now we're going to jump down to the man with the golden locks, Jason Mankey.
Happy not to be covered up by Courtney Buckley's advertisement anymore. I am Jason Mankey, author of 10 books, including this one, The Horned God of the Witches, and 9 more. Woo!
Thank you. And now moving back up to the one and only Heather Greene, looking very 80s today.
That's right. I'm a proud Gen X kid, and I am here representing, and I am Heather Greene. I'm the author of Lights, Camera, Witchcraft, A Critical History of Witches in American Film and Television. And I am also an editor at Llewellyn Worldwide, working with wonderful witchy and occult authors every day, which I love, and a journalist covering occult in mainstream media, and a member of this coven. Looking forward to another wonderful meeting with y'all.
Thank you very much. And now we have a very special guest with us. Let's move down to Jenny Bell. Welcome, Jenny. Tell everybody who you are.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. My name is Jenny C. Bell. I am the author of 2 books, Spirit Crystals and Divergent Witchcraft, which comes out this summer. And I can be found pretty much everywhere on social media under Jenny C. Bell. And I have my own podcast called Cozy Coven Chats. And I am a big Stranger Things fan, so I'm excited to be here.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Stranger Things. That is what we're doing. I was never watched it before, and I've done nothing but watch it for this past week.
So
I'm
jealous.
2 or 3 every morning going, how many episodes in this series? But I have enjoyed every minute of it, I must say. We're not voting yet or anything, but hopefully you guys all have watched it, at least a episode or 2 or a season or 2, but just in case, oh, this is going to be fun. Just in case somebody missed something, Richard-Lael, you have a complete unbiased synopsis of all 500 seasons?
I certainly do.
Okay.
Here's the story of a man named Brady who was busy with 3 boys of his own. They were 4 men living all together, and they were all alone. They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and they're spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. As you can see, I really only follow. I like the applause. As you can see, I only follow shows that are like 60 years old, 40 years old, maybe about the time that this one was coming out, which is supposed to take place. But because I only watched season 1 when it came out, I did the next best thing, and I asked Google to write a paragraph to summarize what it says. And now I can't even find it. Hold on, it's in my pictures. So, there's no spoilers in this one. Oh, and I'm old. Set in the 1980s, Stranger Things follows a group of kids in Hawkins, Indiana, who become embroiled in dangerous paranormal battles against the Upside Down, a terrifying parallel dimension assessed through secret government experiments, and a young psychic girl named Eleven. The saga begins with a hunt for Will Byers in season 1, evolving into the fight against a possessed Will by the Mind Flayer in season 2, and a 1985 showdown against the same monster at Starcourt Mall in season 3. The 4th season raises the stakes with the emergence of the psychic villain Vecna, or whatever, causing the group. Is that it?
Yes, Vecna.
Causing the group to split into factions, including a Russian rescue mission, before the final season brings the crisis to a head. Ultimately, the series follows the characters' journey from childhood into adulthood as they fight Pennywise the Clown. I threw that one in there. As they fight to close the gates for good, killing the Mind Flayer and Vecna to save Hawkins and destroy the Upside Down in final showdown, as outlined in the 2025-26 recaps. Now, I think there was a spoiler in there. I didn't mean to have spoilers, but there's a spoiler. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very thorough for all 5 seasons, but there might be a little bit more information there. And let's go to an expert on the show and an expert on all things television and films. Heather Greene, do we have 5 more things to know?
Yeah, and you know, this is one of those, like when we did Star Wars or any of these kind of Lord of the Rings, where there's so many things, there's so many Easter eggs, there's so many things to talk about. So I'm just kind of give a little bit of a gloss over some pointers, and I'm sure if there's any fans here, we can bring out lots of other things. So I'm just going to kind of give a sense. So this is 2016 is the first season. There are 5 seasons. Last season just happened. Hopefully everybody who's a fan has caught it, but it was on Netflix just over Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's is when they released it. And it was a long time coming because they had to stop because of COVID. And then we waited and there was lots of jokes about, you know, how old they were going to be and everything, but they came back and gave us that last season and closed down the story. It's created by the Duffer Brothers, twins, and I'll talk about them in set. Matt and Ross, they're twin brothers. I'll talk about them in a minute. Of course, on Netflix, and it's earned well over $1 million. It has gotten awards. It has become an extremely successful property for Netflix, for the Duffer Brothers, for everything. And it has absolutely made some of the actors. It has it is one of those cultural juggernauts. It's just one of those. It's an 80s love letter. It's a coming of age story. It's a Cold War story. There's lots of stuff going on. Again, it's gotten a ton of awards. It's got a ton of awards, nominations, etc. So that's what we're looking at here. It's a streaming show. The next thing is the Duffer Brothers. So the Duffer Brothers, Matt and Ross, are twins. They did go to film school. They are originally from North Carolina. And if you want to learn more about them, there's a ton. Netflix is doing a ton of behind the scenes stuff right now. So you can go on Netflix and watch behind the scenes of this episode, of that episode. And you see the Duffer Brothers doing their shtick and talking about their background. They loved making films. They talk about this in the shows. They loved making films when they were little. They used to do them without a camera. They got a camera when they were 8, 9, 10, high 8, and started making their own movies, and eventually went to film school together in California. Not one of the big, not UCLA or anything, but a school. They went there, learned more, and this is one of their this was one of their first things they wrote. It took them 15, 16 tries before somebody signed on and said, hey, we want to do it. It was originally set, interestingly enough, in Montauk, New York. That's the end of Long Island. And why Montauk? For a number of reasons. There's a lot of paranormal government stuff, lots of lore, lots of stuff that goes on surrounding Montauk. It is also connected to Jaws, and it's also connected to Amityville. So there's a lot of reasons why they wanted to do it there. There you go. They reset it when they were rewriting it. They reset it to a different type of town, which eventually became Hawkins, Indiana. And I'll talk more about that in a second, where Hawkins really is, because that's a personal thing. But I want to talk about the cast. So I'm going to try not to do spoilers, but there's probably no way for me not to do spoilers if you haven't watched it. This cast, I'm going to try to go quickly through it because the whole premise of this movie is our relationship with this group of people who we become really invested in. So many of them, season after season. So I'm going to try to do it in groups, and let's do the main D&D players that we get introduced to in the beginning. So of course you have Millie Bobby Brown. Thank you for putting that up there. Then I can read it there, not my notes. She plays 11. She is our psychic, as Richard-Lael called her. She is currently in Enola Holmes, if you have seen her there. This is probably her first time we've really seen her big in anything. She's a British actor. I think she's like 22 right now. So we're talking about their ages. Earlier it was funny. So the next one, Finn Wolford. You have seen him in a couple other things since then. He was just in SNL, and there was some controversy around his performance there, which we won't get into, but he was in It. He was in Pinocchio. He was in The Legend of Oki, which I have not seen, or Ochi. He was also in Saturday Night. If you guys haven't seen that, that's about SNL. So he's starting to appear more recently after the show. Noah Schnapp, he plays Will. He was the voice of Charlie Brown in the Peanuts movie. But again, after the show, he hasn't done as much, but he's around as well. Caleb McLaughlin, he is Lucas. He also was in the SNL sketch. I think it was last weekend. I didn't see it. I've only seen clips from it. But interestingly enough, he began his career playing Simba on Broadway. So this man can sing, and he's not the only one. Sadie Sink, who you see right next to there, she plays the wonderful Max character. She also began on Broadway as Annie. Surprise, look at her red hair. And she was also apparently in Spider-Man and several other movies, but she also got her start on Broadway. And we can move on to Grayton Matarazzo right there. He plays Dustin, also got his start on Broadway. He was in Broadway's Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. He was in Jack and Into the Woods, and Gavroche in Les Mis. And that was very exciting for me because, Broadway. He also has won awards for his role playing of Dustin in this show. So going on to the second tier, the older kids, Joe Keery. There he is. Steve, he plays Steve. What a great arc he has in this. He's a recording artist, and I think there he is. And do we have a picture of him, I believe, performing? I don't know if our producer got that picture. But he is a recording artist, and he is in a bunch of other shows. We recently saw him in, what's the movie? I think he was in Fargo, the show. Finally Dawn is where I just saw him as an actor. And Maya Hawke, who he is there in that picture with, Maya Hawke. She is the daughter of Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke. And she was in Hunger Games, Little Women, and over Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There she is. There's Maya Hawke. She plays a Robin. I believe she comes in season 3. So those are some of the secondary characters. You also have Natalia Dyer, Charles Heaton, a few of the other ones. They played Nancy and Jonathan. Now let's look at a couple of the adults that are key to talk about. David Harbour. You've seen him in Violent Night. Courtney, did you see Violent Night? There's David.
Sure did.
There you go. That's our cop Hop, as he's known here.
Also, can I just real quick, Joe Keery was in Spree, which if you haven't seen it is also an excellent movie. A lot of fun if you like horror.
Yeah. So yeah, so thank you for that. And David Harbour was also in Gran Turismo. And just a side note, he graduated from Dartmouth, so he is a Ivy League graduate. So that's pretty notable. And of course, next to him in that picture is the illustrious, wonderful Gen X goddess Winona Ryder herself. She is one of the few characters in here, cast members, who are a nod to the 80s when this took place. She is one of them. I don't think I have to list the movies that woman has been in, but I will just say a few we've talked about. Beetlejuice, Heathers, got to point that one out. Edward Scissorhands, Reality Bites, Little Women. This is Gen X's goddess actress right here. Okay, let's just be honest with that. And we also have Matthew Modine that is very recognizable to Gen X 80s. And I want to point out Sean Astin. Sean Astin, who plays Bob. He's in only one season 2. Bob plays Bob. He was in Goonies, which is another Gen X, nod to Gen X, nod to the 80s. He's of course
son of John Astin, who played Gomez Adams.
There you go, Richard-Lael. You know we'd find something for you. There he is, right there. And of course, he is also Samwise Gamgee. Yes, I was gonna. Yes. He's also Samwise. What was that?
Yes, and Rudy.
And Rudy, yes, and Rudy. So you have these nods to them. You have a number of other characters. Some other great. Brett Gelman is Murray. Carabono, I mean, all of them. There's some wonderful ones that I'm just can't do them all. But there's one more I do need to mention, and that's Joseph Quinn. He plays Eddie Munson. Because he's so iconic, especially for our 80s theme. There you go. And he has such a heroic ending that is just phenomenal. He is in Fantastic Four. More recently, you might have seen him, Gladiator 2, The Quiet Place, Day One. There he is. There's Eddie. He is the master of what is not the master? It's the
Dungeon Master.
Kill me. What was that?
Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master. Thank you. Dungeon Master. He rules that whole season, and he has a wonderful ending, tragic but wonderful. And so I did have to mention
King of the Nerds.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are some of the amazing actors that we see in here. Now, where is Hawkins, Indiana? Hawkins, Indiana is actually Atlanta. Almost the entire show is shot in Atlanta. And if you're from Atlanta, you'll recognize places: East Point, Fayetteville, Douglasville. I'm not going to go through all the cities, but it's all over, and you could actually take a tour. There's people that give private tours. Starcart Mall is actually Gwinnett Place Mall, which is now closed, which is why they took it over. It's going to be demolished. I was in it years ago. It's just one of the big malls that have, died over the course of time. People don't go to malls anymore. So that's there. Hawkins is Jackson, Georgia, in Butts County. I did say Butts County. That's correct. We do have a Butts County here. And the lab is Emory University, an old Emory University lab. There were also shooting locations in Lithuania, not Lithuania. Yeah, I think it was Lithuania. Anyway, that's where they did the Russian scenes, and also some in New Mexico were shot there as well. I think the California stuff was shot in New Mexico. So Georgia is actually Hawkins, Indiana, and there are artifacts still you can go visit here because I'm in Georgia. So there's places I have not gone. And unfortunately, in Gwinnett Place, they were going to actually make it a tribute to Stranger Things, but they decided, I guess they weren't going to get enough cash for that. So they just said, we're just going to tear them all down and sell it. So I don't know what's happening with that. So finally, the last thing, there he is. That's the picture. That's Joe Keery on stage in Asheville, North Carolina. My youngest took that picture because, yes, my youngest went to the concert because Joe Keery. So finally, this is an homage, and this is my last thing. This is an homage to the 80s, and we can talk about this because there's some Gen Xers with me here. Everything from Hellfire Club and D&D and the Satanic Panic shown in episode 4, brand recognition. You have Sam Goodies. You have Benetton, The Gap, Guess. You had Acid Wash Jeans. You have the kids riding on bicycles down the dark streets. That's E.T. You can see it. Flat tops, curly hair, bowl cuts, mullets, dark crystal posters and movie posters. Tributes. There are subtle tributes to the 80s in every direction. And the funniest part about this is the Duffer Brothers were born in 1984. So they didn't even see any of this. This looks like an 80s Gen Xer made it, but it was not made by Gen Xers. It was made by people born in the mid 80s while this was happening. There are G.I. Joe lunchboxes. They're reading Wrinkle in Time. And you can go through tributes to Ripley in the last episode, episode 5. She looks like Ripley. She looks like Sarah. She's given Sarah Connor, Rambo. So you see all of it constantly. It's a love letter, a tribute to this period of time and everything about it, from the culture, from the politics to the styles and everything about it. So the last bit is the music. The music, if you tune into the soundtrack of the 5 seasons, you're getting just a dose of some of the best pop music and rock music from the 80s. Everyone. I mean, it's all there. It comes out. Of course, the most iconic moments. Oh, there's me in the 80s. Oh, that's not from Stranger Things. That's me on the New York subway in 1988 with my Debbie Gibson hat. But I think the key moments song-wise that need to be mentioned, Running Uphill by Kate Bush, that's a huge piece of this season 4 and season 5. You have Metallica's Master of Puppets, which is a major, we saw the still from that. That's a major piece of season 4. Of course, we heard Prince. There it is. He's shredding it. And he's, of course, season 5, we have Prince songs at key moments. And then the epitome of all, the theme from the Never-Ending Story. And if that sequence is not one of the best in TV history, I don't know what is. So there you go, guys. From me to you. And I'm not going to tell you whether I like this series or not yet.
You can't tell.
I think we know. We're all psychic. But
You kept it a secret. Nice job.
I did my best to contain myself.
No spoilers.
No
Good,
spoilers.
good. All right. So how do we want to start? Do we want to start talking just in general? Do you want to talk by seasons? You want to talk by...
I want to talk about the house.
Talk about the house, Richard-Lael.
Because that's something that I only watched season 1.
Which house?
That house.
That house?
This house. It's the, what do they call it? The Creole. It's the Creole house in real life, but it's the Claremont house, and it's in Rome, Georgia, Second Empire Victorian mansion, 1880s design, the quintessential haunted house, which is why, of course, I love it. I can't get enough of the 1880s haunted house.
Very Indiana. That's for one thing. Very Indiana.
Well, you would be surprised. There's actually a plethora of beautiful Second Empire and Italianate homes in Indiana. Yeah. So I even though it is in Rome, Georgia, and the surroundings look like Rome, Georgia, the house itself very well could fit in Indiana.
Thank you.
It features actually Richard-Lael. If you really want to see, go to season 4 because it features there. You get a ton of time in that house in season 4.
It was for sale not long ago. I think it was because of the popularity of the show. I think it was quite expensive. I don't say that I blame them, but the inside, of course, doesn't look the same. It was a set.
Yeah. No. I must say they didn't kill. I mean, one cat got eaten, but they didn't violently kill any animals. And the monsters were so ugly that it wasn't like they were killing animals. We had
Did you get to the demi-dogs?
Yeah, she's on season 4.
Yeah, I'm on season 4. I've been watching hour after hour after hour.
So, hold on. Just for clarification's sake, I love you dearly. I just want to be sure about this. The dragons from How to Train Your Dragon were that was misfortunate. But the demi-dogs, we can kill them. We can beat
Yes.
them up.
100%. They don't have cute dragon faces. Those dragons, admittedly, were cute. The dragons were funny.
I think the demi-dogs are cute.
One of them got adopted as a pet. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
They like the what does he eat? Twinkies?
What a nougat.
Dart.
Dart. He was named Dart even. He had a name.
All right. Don't turn me off now because I got through it okay. But dragons, you don't kill a dragon. A demigod that's a flower face, it's drippy. It's okay.
There's a double standard here that needs to be explored.
Yeah, I feel like we need to
Double
address
standard
this
here.
actually because I'm feeling upset now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Courtney. You want to hold flail up?
I want to hold the demi-dog. I want to hold Dart.
Really? You want to cuddle up, lay down with slimy Dart?
Have you met me?
And then he grows up and eats Samwise Ganges.
Okay, and I love the demigorgons also. I would snuggle up with one of them as well.
But the dragons didn't eat people. The dragons didn't eat people
Yeah, they did.
in How to Train Your Dragon. Did they? Did they?
I think
They
they
know-
did.
They definitely did.
I think they did.
That is awesome. I want one of those costumes for my cat.
I'm certain
See,
your
it's
cat
a
would love it.
Oh, she would.
Flower face. So, all right. I may have double standards in some areas, but you don't kill dragons. And I was okay with demigods.
Wow.
Sorry, Courtney.
We're very sorry, Jenny, that we had to bring you into this
Welcome, Jenny. What do you have to
sort
say?
of tempest.
Family.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We have read and seen everything having to do with How to Train Your Dragons, like all the books, all the spin-offs, every single movie. Like my son is deep into How to Train Your Dragon. So I feel it. I understand it. I embrace it. Totally.
It's more the controversy of Patti and her double standards when it comes
Yeah.
to
I have to agree,
little
though.
slimy
Like,
dog-like things and
You agree
dragons.
with me?
I agree. Yeah, the dragons are so cute. They look like cats.
Thank
And
you.
then the demigorg, I don't feel the same, especially because they killed Mankey from the Goonies. So I didn't really love that.
But look at that.
Thank
Put
you.
that back up.
Jenny, come back every week, Jenny. And Courtney, go away.
Wow. Okay.
Not
Contentious
Oh,
show.
like, Bring
Contentious.
glasses, Courtney.
I know. Where are they? I have to go get them.
Welcome to the end of the Witches Movie Coven.
No. It's perfectly clear to me that it really isn't double standards. It's.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want that at their house?
Damn.
No cute little nose. No cute.
I
little-
love it.
Eyes.
Yeah, right?
I haven't even seen it, and I would use that as a. I would love to have that as a pet.
Mhm.
Until it took your face off.
See? Exhibit A.
Well, I don't need that. I've got two faces anyway, so I'm not using one.
Sometimes these creatures just need a little love, Heather. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll be cuddly and nice and kind.
I saw what it did. to
Dogs
Dustin's
were wolves once. Yeah.
Dusty Bun
Thank-
lost his cat.
Thank you, Jason. I'm glad we are on the same side today.
Yes, it's very good.
I can't believe it's Patty making me turn my light off, not Jason. That's shocking in and of
2
itself.
weeks
but-
in a row. God. Yeah.
It used
Okay.
to be that Patty's takes were the least sort of controversial on the show. And
Yeah.
now 2 weeks in a row, she's like stirring the pot pretty hard, stirring the
Stirring the
cauldron.
On the pot.
It's a 2026 changeover. I think there was some evolution and
Fire horse coming. Fire horse coming.
that's okay. I like it kind of.
Thank you. Until I go against you. No. I it's not personal, Courtney.
Oh, I
It's-
know.
You're just
Badge of honor, though. It's about time we all went toe to toe.
yeah, it is. It is. All right. All right. Who wants to talk next? Who has something just itching to get out? With or without a spoiler. We talked about this. There may be probably a lot of spoilers here. So watch it anyway.
I
I have a
think
fun
I think
story.
we brought Jenny into the show though to talk about Stranger Things because some of us have admitted me and Richard-Lael, to not watching the whole thing. So I want her to earn her square on the bottom right there.
Okay. Okay, I feel that. Yeah, so I did watch them all as they came out, and I was actually sharing earlier, it's been a 10-year process. So my daughter's 15. I was watching them when she was asleep, like quietly and reading captions so as not to wake her up. And then she caught up, and then we got to watch all the final seasons together. That's like such a long span. I was an 80s baby, so I was born in 82, and I think, like you talked about the Duffer Brothers being like not Gen X, but Zennials, right in between Gen X and Millennial. Like maybe they were like me. All my cousins were older. And so all my hand-me-downs, everything I grew up with was that like true, Last Unicorn, 80s, Goonies type stuff. And it feels very nostalgic to me too, even though technically I came of age in the 90s. I did really relate to Holly, who is this last season, when she had her Rainbow Bright sheets, because I had the same sheets. I was like, oh, finally something I had, because it was like later in the 80s. And so those were my, like, I have a picture of me in that bedding. Like, I was just so excited to get that Rainbow Bright sheets. And I had my She-Ra poster. But for me, I really loved the show. I loved how complex it was. There was so much unhinged and unnecessary like controversy over the ending online, and everyone's ridiculous fan theories, and everyone and their mom was like angry. I personally thought it was a really good finale. Like, I grew up, where like the Seinfeld finale didn't make sense to me. It does now as an adult, but at the time I'm like, what? It was like too out of an artistic move. I felt this finale really like tidied things up and did its best to stay true to the show. So I really love that. I love all the music. I can't believe the use of Purple Rain and how good that was in the last season. Just as good as all the other music, but it was just like the perfect song for that scene for lots of reasons. And yeah, I'm a big Dustin fan. He's my favorite character. I just love that he's just such a nerd. And because he's like the one they go to, and he's a leader, even though he's a nerd. Like, that doesn't happen a lot in life. When you're a teenager and you're the nerd, like other people aren't coming to you to save the day. So the fact that Dustin gets to be like often the leader and the one to figure it out, and I just like, that's something I really loved about the show. And yeah, I love, like I said, I love all the characters. Dustin and probably Hop is my other favorite character.
Thank you.
Courtney, you have a story.
Yeah, I love the character too, the complexity, the humanness of them all, and I liked having the youngie ones, the teens, and then the adults, and how everything came together. It's just rare that there was so much complexity and stuff. I thought Winona Ryder was great. Hop is one of my favorites as well, because so human, good, bad, and everything in the middle, and how you deal with this stuff. So I really like that.
My character commitment goes deeper than skin deep, accidentally. So fun story. I, as we've talked about before, Friday the 13th tattoo sale hates to see me coming. And the second to last one that I went to, I'm pretty sure I blacked out and I sat for 6 tattoos. So if you notice, and I didn't when I picked it, but Eddie's bats on his arm there are also on my body. And he is my favorite character. There they are. Wow. Did not know until I had the tattoo for probably a year, and then I realized it. But in hindsight, it's valid. I don't know. I have a different take on it. I watched it. I don't think I watched the first season when it came out. I think I started on the second season, so I caught up, and then I was watching them as they came out. And I loved the season with Eddie. But then I think Mary Jane said it in the comments too, when the hiatus happened, and I understood why it happened, but I feel like for how invested I was in it when I was watching it, I completely lost interest in it. So when this final season came out, it was like pulling teeth to watch it. Like, I just didn't care to sit down and watch. And I did. I ended up watching it, but like the season finale, I just watched. It came out New Year's Eve, and I just watched it on Saturday for the first time. And I'm not I wasn't super impressed with it. There were parts of it that were great, I think, but also for a show that had such great, like, big monumental things happen, I feel like the ending was almost too neat. Like, it did tie everything up in a bow. And I'm not like, I don't think it was terrible. I'm not in comment sections online griping about it, but I just think it was almost, it fell a little flat. Like, it tied everything up too neatly, and I wanted it to like rip my soul out, and it didn't. The one scene, and I'm gonna try not to spoil it, but there's another scene that has been that has had a lot of controversy online. Some people have had different takes on it from I think the episode before that with Will. Is it Will? That tore my soul out. I was hysterically crying, and I thought that was
the one where he's talking to the group.
Yes. I think that was beautifully done. I disagree with the heat that I've seen it get online. It was, I don't know, literally tore my soul out of my body watching it, and felt very validating. And I feel like I could see a lot of people in that moment. I see where the criticism is coming from. I get it, but also I didn't get that from it at all. So overall, I think as a series, it's amazing. There's some really, really impactful scenes. I wish that the season finale had destroyed me and like made me not get out of bed for a week, but it didn't.
Well, since you just watched it, I am glad that it didn't destroy you, because you wouldn't be here right now. You would be in bed.
Right.
And I need more Courtney fix. I need my Courtney fix.
I want to jump in since I'm the only other big fan here. I watched it when it was coming out, and I've seen all the seasons except for 5 twice, at least. We watched it as a family. So I have my youngest, and then my partner and I, the 3 of us watched all the seasons together. We watched them again together, mainly because my child wanted to watch them again. But we did, and we watched them again, especially season 3 and 4, where Billy Starcourt, and the scene, the one after that with Eddie, and the end of season 4 was so, and that scene where we see the picture where Eddie's on the guitar, there you go. The end of season 4 was so traumatic for my child. After that episode, there was lots of crying under covers and all that stuff. So it was so tragic that we had to make. So you guys don't know, but my partner is an artist and got out the spray, and they created this. R.I.P. Eddie Munson. May you rock in peace. So he cut it out, and then my child, she went and did the spraying, and they made a tombstone. This goes on out inside. This goes outside every September when we put out our tombstones for the Halloween season. That one is up front. R.I.P. Eddie Munson. So we are a big Stranger Fans family. We have lots of quoting. If you can't have America without Erica. So these kinds of things, we constantly, and I loved it all. I don't know who's my favorite character. It changes. I'm a Gemini, so ask me a different day, it'll change. My Hawk's character is fantastic. I made a Max doll at one point out of an American Girl doll. So yeah, there's an issue. So we do love this show, and I loved the ending. I am totally with you, Jenny. I did not have a problem with it. The only criticism I had is I wish they had slowed it down, because it was like boom, 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 next holiday, boom, 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 and then they ended, and the big ending, and then there was still like an hour left, and I'm like, wait a minute. And there was a couple things where I wish they had done slightly differently, but I loved that soft ending, because for me, the love of the show wasn't just the plot. It wasn't just the fighting the monsters. It was getting to know the characters. It was being in Hawkins with them, loving each of the characters, watching them develop, watching the kind of stuff and that they do together, watching the struggles they have in the 80s. And then you get to the end and that kind of, I started bawling at the end at points. I was like, yes, I was screaming. I was so happy. So I love the ending. I just wish I wish they had just slowed it down a little bit so we could enjoy the process for at least the same amount of time we enjoyed the other seasons. That's my only criticism.
I mean,
and I don't know what happened.
The kids were all approaching 30, though. I mean, they had to end it.
They're in their 20s.
They had to go. They had to go, Heather. Needed to do it fast.
No, they could have filmed it all in the same amount of time, but just aired it.
Worst episode ever. Worst episode ever.
They're in their 20s, and the only other criticism is I don't know what happened to one of the characters. One character that was a problem in the season 5, and they didn't really figure what happened to her. And I won't break. Yes, there you go. Thank you. Someone else said it. What happened to Linda Hamilton? Yes. Exactly. Thank you. What happened to her? So there was she kind of went. So anyway, that's it. I love this show. I won't tell you how my wands are going to be, though. I love the show.
Oh, we definitely don't. We're not at all in tune to that.
I'm looking forward to being surprised. Heather, I love this show. Boop.
Well, I loved, Heather, that you talked about watching it as a family, because I think a lot of people did. And I think that's what was cool, is being like the parents and being like, let me tell you all about Winona Ryder. Like, we just watched Mermaids for the first time with our daughter. We're on this whole like Winona Ryder backstory. You need to see every single one of her films because I'm a huge fan. And it's like that opened up for her to like the 80s music, to like be interested in seeing like young Mankey and the Goonies. Like, it was like, you know, oh, this reminds us of Terminator. Let's watch Terminator. It gave like all these kind of moments. And I also loved all the moms in Stranger Things, Steve being my favorite mom by far. But really loved the moms too.
Yeah. And the mom, and I loved how at the end of in season 5, how the one mom, really that's an 80s thing where a lot of the women in the 80s did strike back. You don't think about that, but if you think about Ripley and Sarah Connor, and there was a lot of cases in movies in the 80s where the moms weren't sitting around, and when she comes in and blows that demodog up, I'm like, yes. Even with the slash across her neck. Sorry, that was a total spoiler, but
it was like Gremlins.
Patty was celebrating too, obviously.
That animal could die. That creature should be dead. How dare you throw a dart at a dragon? Kill that thing.
Exactly. Not a dragon.
So good. Anyway.
All right. What have we not said yet? Anybody have anything to be said about it yet? Or are we going to move on to quotes?
I think that I forgot to mention Dustin and Steve are my favorite duo of probably all time.
Yes.
I love them. Mm-hmm. And something else that this show did for me is was the inspiration and also created one of my favorite songs of all time. So I don't know if anyone has heard Chrissy Wake Up by the Gregory Brothers. It's a remix where they take the lines and they build it into a song, and literally multiple times a week I'm singing it in response to something. I have it when I stream on Twitch. When something horrible is happening, people can play it and I sing along. Also, I just remembered this, when I go live on Twitch, it sends out a notification to everyone that follows me, and it says that I'm online getting Vecna'd into the Upside Down. So that was I was very into Stranger Things for a while before it lost me. But yeah, Chrissy Wake Up, if you guys haven't heard it, everybody in the comments, it's very catchy, and go enjoy that.
Thank you.
That is something I've seen in the comments too. The delays between seasons, and some of it's COVID, of course, but this is also a symptom of television right now. A lot of us are used to growing up we get a new season every fall. And now all of a sudden it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years between shows. And I'm not somebody who rewatches stuff all the time unless it's The Office, because that's just comfort food. But you just lose the plot in a lot of these shows because they take so long with how they make TV now. And to me, that was a lot of the problem with Stranger Things, because I think my wife and I gave up after season 2. You know, we start season 3 many years later, and it was like a foreign language. It had taken so long to get to this point that you just, you know, we're going to go watch whatever else we watch now because you've lost me. And I think that's a real shame with how streaming does television shows, for sure.
I agree.
TV is confused now, not even just streaming. We're still on network Discovery. When I was a kid, their season was 13 episodes or 26 episodes.
Yeah.
Like in my show, Ghost Adventures, there'll be a 4-season show. That's not a season, that's 4 episodes. There's no standardization. There's no twice a year you get the new season. Nothing.
I was just saying this to my partner. I was saying it's not really TV anymore, the way we think about TV. It's more like the way serials were back in this silent era, where you'd get a serial, a film where it's just like a series of books. You get a story, then you get a story, then you get a story, then you get a story. And unfortunately, I agree with Jason 100%. I mean, Game of Thrones had that problem from up until the last season. It's like, and then they rush through that season to get it out, just to get it out. And sometimes we get to 2-3 seasons in, and then it's been 4 years, and I'm like, I don't care enough anymore. Didn't happen with Stranger Things, because I've been sitting on the edge of my seat since COVID, but it has completely happened where I've given up. Like,
I also think there's something to be said. Sorry.
I said video killed the radio star.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said too about the way that it's released, because and like why people are so nostalgic for season number 1. Not that it's not fantastic, but you get season number 1 in 1 or 2 chunks. You sit down, you watch the whole thing, and then you wait a year or however long for the next installment. By then you have to rewatch the season 1 in order to understand season 2. So if you're really diehard about it, you do that. And then season 3 comes along and you have to rewatch season 1, rewatch season 2. So by the time you're at season 5, you've watched season 1 at least 5 times, if not more. And of course, now you're invested, you know, because you have to in order to remember what's going on.
Yeah. It's unfortunate almost.
Yeah.
Television. We should rule the world. All right, let's move on to, again, thank you everybody in the chat room. You are there and doing it. And Courtney, do we have any quotes?
Oh yeah. I just want to point out while I'm pulling these up that in the spirit of my tattoo story and everyone bringing up Game of Thrones, I do also have a Game of Thrones tattoo. So
Yes.
I need to stop watching TV, obviously.
No, you do not.
Or stop permanently inking them on my body. Okay. This is a mishmash. I did not sit through 5 seasons and pick out quotes. I went online and I picked out the ones that I remembered that I love. So one of the base ones being "Friends don't lie."
Yes.
I thought that was pretty important. Eddie saying, "I didn't run away this time, right?" Okay. Yeah. Murray saying, "People don't spend their lives trying to look at what's behind the curtain. They like the curtain. It provides them stability, comfort, and definition." And I feel like that's pretty topical. Jonathan Byers saying, "Do you want to be normal? Do you want to be just like everyone else? Being a freak is the best. I'm a freak." And I mean, rock on, man. Yes, be a freak. Mm-hmm. Erica says, "You know what this half-baked plan of yours sounds like to me? Child endangerment," which I feel like sums up the whole show. Why are children fighting the military? I don't understand that, but I'm with it. Yeah. And they're winning, so that's fine. Let's
can't spell America without Erica.
That's right.
I think it's Hopper says, "See, I was wrong this whole time. I wasn't cursed. I am the curse." And I think I say that not realizing that it's from Stranger Things like 6 or 7 times a week. Basically
6, 7.
6, 7.
Oh, God.
I'm giving-
Oh, no.
I work in an elementary school. I make it not cool. I do it all the time.
Not good. Not good.
Eddie says it's forced conformity. That's what's killing the kids. That's the real monster. And then, of course, we can't not say his last line, which is, "I think it's my year, Henderson. I think it's finally my year. I love you, man." I know. The Shire is burning, so Mordor it is. Which BT dubs, I just went yesterday and saw Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers at the movie theater for what I thought was my first time watching it. Turns out I'd already seen it, so I sat through 4 hours and I'd already seen it.
Still great, though.
So it's great for me. It was so great. And then, of course, the line that I scream constantly at people when they upset me: "You are like Papa." There it is. Those are my quotes.
I like all the mouth breather stuff too.
Oh yeah,
Like how that gets put down is mouth breather.
Yeah. We use that one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jason, do we have a beautiful Mankey movie moment, trailer, minute?
We got something. Let me take you back a long time ago, and that was when Stranger Things was originally released, and you couldn't go anywhere without hearing about it. Jason, you have to watch Stranger Things, my friends would say. So eventually I did. And then a year later, I watched the second season, which I forgot that I had done until getting ready for this show. And then 2 years go by, and the third season finally comes out, and I start watching it, and I don't remember a damn thing about the show. Demigorgons, Dungeons and Dragons, 11? Maybe her name was 13? Was that kid an it? I remember the first season as being kind of fun. It was like seeing a classic Steven Spielberg 80s movie on TV. There were the recognizable nerd tropes, and look, those 80s kids have pretty weird hair by our standards. Oh, and here's Paul Reiser. Give us a gold star because we brought him back from the dead. He was on TV in the 80s, right? Now he gets to star in My Two Scientist Grandpas. But slowly, you could feel things starting to go off the rails. For TV shows, I have a few rules. Like the characters and those around them have to act like recognizable human beings. And that means making the type of choices human beings would make. After the second season, why would anyone continue to live in Hawkins, Indiana anymore? Sure, all of these people should have moved years ago because they are in Indiana, but this is even worse than most of Indiana. Something like hell is literally right underneath the residents of Hawkins, and their answer is to approve the building of a new mall? Also, Hawkins is apparently in southern Indiana, and these kids act like they are in an actual suburb in the Midwest, the real Midwest. Sorry, I've been to southern Indiana. That's basically the American South at its absolute worst. No offense, Heather. These kids would have all been slightly intolerant at best. None of this rings true to life. My second rule of television is that writers should have a plan. If you are going to write an episodic mystery box type of show, you had better have a clear plan how to get from point A to point B and how things are eventually going to end. But I don't think that's the case at all in this show. Chain-smoking middle-aged mom goes to the Soviet Union and rescues her boyfriend from the gulag? Yeah, right. Now you are just flailing around looking to give all the characters something to do, no matter how silly. Characters die, but if you like that character, they will always come back from the dead. And if you don't like that character, then yeah, maybe they are probably dead. Justice for Barb? No way. Does 11 sacrifice herself? Probably not. We most likely need a sequel. By the time they start building a mall that hides Soviet equipment in the basement, along with Soviet troops, I have to start wondering if the show was written by pulling tropes out of a hat and going from there. And then we get to the fifth season, where the plot is summarized 3 times in each episode, which seems like overkill until you remember that each episode is 90 minutes long. Good luck, Patty. Perhaps those running summaries might have been useful if those episodes were good, but they weren't. And each episode introduces us to more characters that take us away from the characters we do know and like. I assume those new characters were all created for the spin-off shows that will inevitably arise. My family just moved to Lakewood, Illinois, and we've discovered the Inside Out. Oh no! Welcome to Stranger Things 2. Mind Flaya, the Lady Playa. Did you know Stranger Things premiered while Barack Obama was president? That feels like 60 years ago now, doesn't it? And we finally finished with this show just last month. Stranger Things was on TV for the longest decade of our lives and made just 42 episodes. The Dukes of Hazzard lasted just 7 seasons, but made 147 episodes of quality television. At least there won't be a 6th season of Stranger Things with even more convoluted and confused storytelling and episode lengths approaching 3 hours. Unless, of course, Netflix needs Stranger Things money.
Okay, so I may be hexing somebody tonight because I totally reject everything you just said. Everything. Every word, Jason. We are going to have words when we're live together. I'm going to have to discuss this with you. Because
Cannot wait to see you in March, Heather. It will be a delight.
I was trying to turn my light off, and I can't because of the way it's set up. I am furious. It is a brilliant TV show. And it is brilliant.
Coven is feisty tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Coven is feisty tonight. Hello, teacher. Yes.
He's fabulous. That's a great character.
Yeah.
Leave those kids alone, teacher.
All right. Not that this is getting personal or anything. Everybody, we vote. Everybody, you guys in the chat room. Wands up, wands down. Wands up, wands down.
Tentacles up.
Tentacles
They
up.
killed a demidog. I am furious that they killed a demidog.
Is it a demi-dog?
I don't know.
Yes, the demidogs are the darts. They're the ones that look like dogs with the flowers.
Okay. I just thought it was like a demigod, which never mind.
No, that's something
A
different.
demidog
Yeah,
comes
no, I
with
know what it is.
chili, cheese, relish, and ketchup. A demidog.
Up from me, though, I have one season to go. Up from Heather, watch it many times. Up from Jenny. Up from Courtney. Way down for Richard-Lael. And more than halfway up for Jason.
I don't know if you like nostalgia. It's fun. Come on. It's not the worst thing.
Great.
The moments are meant to be mean sometimes, Heather. It's okay.
Oh, I'm going to need to recover from that.
All right. So everybody, we have wands up from Colin. I'm a wands down. I'm a wands down, wands up. We are mixed this week. We are mixed. Wands up. Best I can do. Neutral. Wands up, 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 up. We're gonna go into golden. Okay. Wands up, wands down. Season I can't save it. I think that the wands up are moving in-house in Coven. I think up. I think wands up are the general opening. I'm not sure. But
I think Heather's just scared everybody who's critical of the show.
True. Yeah, that's what's happened.
That's okay.
As an editor at Llewellyn, she's just gonna make books like that say things like, "If you don't like Stranger Things, you can F off" or something, right? I mean, that's what's gonna come out.
It's going to be subliminally and everything.
Yeah.
I need a T-shirt that I need to wear.
You need a T-shirt. You need a quote. Yeah. So there's another down. So it is mixed. And if the Coven is still together and we're talking to each other next week, what are we going to watch?
Who knows?
Witchfinder General. That's the original from, I think it's 69. So it's going to be Courtney's favorite. Witchfinder. It's
Sorry, I don't know what that was. So sorry.
Excuse me, I'm having a coughing fit.
Yeah,
Witchfinder General is from, I think, 69, 67, 67. I think it's sometime.
6, 7.
It's the original Witchfinder General.
Okay, so next week, everybody, Witchfinder General. It is that time. Does anybody have anything coming up they want to talk about real quick? Courtney.
I just want to plug one more time the anti-Valentine's Day tour, my tour baby. The first 2 weeks of February, you can go to salemghosttours.com and buy tickets. It's back and more bitter than ever. It's the only after dark trolley ride exploring romance gone wrong in Salem's twisted history. It returns gothier, gloomier, and laugh your guts out funnier. It is perfect for couples, singles, exes, thruples, divorcees, friends with benefits, friends without benefits, and hockey rivals with sizzling hot romantic tension. And if you buy your tickets and head in and check it all out, you may or may not see yours Ghoulie there.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else got a thing coming up?
February 19th through 22nd is one of the best weekends for paganism and witchcraft in the United States. There's Sacred Space outside of Baltimore, Maryland, where Heather Greene will be. In Detroit, Michigan, there is Convocation, where I will be. Both the same weekend, both amazing events. If you live anywhere near them, I really urge you to go.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right. The end of this month, January, if you're anywhere near Hanover, Virginia, I'm going to be at the Hanover Paracon. It's a really nice, sweet show. It's a fundraiser for the Old Hanover Tavern. It's great. Run by my friend Steve Dill. So see anybody there. And come to LA for the Vampire Ball in February, our anti-Valentine's, February 16th, and 4 days of events. Other than that, you guys like us, follow us, tell your friends about us, because we're the best movie coven you've ever had. We are. So, okay, like us, follow.
If we survive.
If we survive, and if the band doesn't break up between this week and next week, if the band doesn't break up. So we have one more thing to do. I was trying to think of something else we could do, like sing. Oh yeah, we could do that. And
running up that hill.
Singing is not our strong suit. I don't like this.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go witches. Yee!